Kia ora, my name is Sherry Grant, a Taiwan-born New Zealand concert pianist, cellist, poet, and festival organizer. Today is Sunday, the 19th of October 2025 in New Zealand. For episode 1 of the Viva Viola interview series, I have invited Austro-Canadian violist Jutta Puchhamer-Sedillot, president of the International Viola Society, and Dutch violist Karin Dolman, the vice president of IVS. Since 1987, Viennese-born violist Jutta Puchhamer-Sedillot settled in Canada, where she has recently retired as full professor for viola and chamber music at the Université de Montréal. Since 1990, Jutta is principal violist of the Level Symphony Orchestra and a sought-after chamber musician who collaborated widely and founded several ensembles. Her discography highlights rare romantic viola repertoire, and she edited Pièces de Concours for short. A dedicated advocate for the viola, Jutta served as president of both the Canadian Viola Society 2000 to 2014 and the International Viola Society 2020 to 2026, playing a key role in organizing international viola congresses since 1999. Her contributions have earned her the Maurice Riley Prize for International Achievement 2006, the Silver Alto Clef Award 2019, and the Canadian Life Achievement Award 2022. Violist Karin Dolman studied violin and viola at the Rotterdam Conservatory in the Netherlands from 1985 to 1992. There she met pianist Cecilia Boschman. Together, they won prizes at several international competitions. Karin Dolman is a specialist in contemporary classical music performance. For 27 years, she enjoyed an eclectic career as part of Rotterdam's Dolen Quartet. Since September 2011, Karin Dolman has been teaching viola at Cours d'Arts, the University of the Arts in Rotterdam. She plays an instrument made by Dutch violin maker Jem van der Elst. In 2012, Dolman and a few other violists founded the Dutch Viola Society. Through this society, she organized the successful International Viola Congress 2018 in Rotterdam. In 2020, she became the vice president of the International Viola Society. Welcome, Jutta and Karin.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Shall we go back to the beginning? I would love to hear some stories about the start of each of your viola journeys. What made you choose the viola?
Oh, the violists, when I was 16, I was in a youth orchestra and we had so much more fun than the violinists. So I chose to become a violist for my future life. And also I don't like competition. So there's no competition between first and second violin. So we don't need that. And I love the dark sound of the viola. And I like the depth of the viola sound. So that's what made me become a violist. And I love lyrical themes, I would say.
What about you, Karin?
I wanted to form a string quartet, but there was no viola players. So I thought I invite a better violinist and play the viola myself. So hard it can't be. And then I discovered by playing the viola that there is a whole world in these middle voices, which was really much more interesting as playing always the melodies in front. And I must say, especially with the minor and major, you make the difference because we always are the minor of the major. So there was so much influence I could have as a viola player in playing in a quartet.
The violist is the third dimension.
Yes, it is. It makes it. Yeah.
We are the third dimension that chooses major or minor.
Yes. So
okay.
I found.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then
I have noticed that
that
for a good any string quartet, having a good viola player makes all the difference.
Oh, definitely. That of course it makes a difference. But
don't tell the others.
No. Because they always think that they are the most important.
Yes, they don't know what you can do to them.
it's the secret of every string quartet.
Yes.
It's the secret of the viola player.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, you make it rock if you have your
So
syncopations in the right way or in the wrong way. It's like it's up to you.
Yes. So when you open, it's like the box of Pandora. You know.
Yes.
You never know what you're getting. Okay.
Yes.
So your choices of repertoire are rather different. Jutta, you enjoy performing forgotten romantic viola music, and Karin, you compose and perform many of your own contemporary works. Could you tell us more?
Well, as I say, I love melody, and I love not too quirky harmonies, but I love the harmonies, like richness of the harmonies and suspensions of harmonies of the beginning of the 20th century. I really love that. And so that's why it brings me to the late Romantic era. It's also where the most of the viola repertoire has been composed. And I would say, as we're teaching, we always teach the same pieces, and we kind of get sick of it, you know. So we are looking for new repertoire and trying to enlarge it. I think it's. I don't want to play these pieces my students play. I want to participate in creating something new. So it's discovering something new. As I say, I can't deal so much with like the atonal stuff, but I love the romantic, the sound. I think the viola is really made for this kind of era, where you can play with the viola sound, with the depth of it, with the colors that only the viola can give you, and there's no violin that can create as many colors as a viola. So that's why I'm a real violist, you know.
Yes, I'm a real violist as well, but I start there where Jutta stops.
Exactly.
Yes, I take the quirky pieces she doesn't like, and I like to play them.
But she has the perfect pitch, I have to tell you. That's a bit easier than right.
Maybe you can read it.
Yes,
and it's 27 years of experience.
Yes.
By playing a lot of pieces where you go on stage, and by knowing that you won't reach this 40% of your notes you can't play, so you have to make a story of it. So what? Lacherman, for example, who writes even in a string quartet a solo of 10 minutes on the tailpiece, and you can't hear anything. So you have to think other things, how you can bring it over to your public. You know. So this is, and by playing so much of this new pieces.
Yeah.
There was so much in my head where I thought, and I had to make always stories. So I did the opposite. I took a story and made music to it, or wrote music to it, which I love very much.
I have to say, Karin is a real artist. She also is a potter.
No.
But I mean, it's like she has it. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Artistry is everywhere, and so the creativity shows in her composing as well as in her other works with her hands.
But I think Jutta, you as well. You mean you give so much to all these people around you. You know that it makes everybody makes it curious to find as well more things as you could find.
That must be. I think we're the perfect couple.
I think you really complement us.
We are complementary.
Yes, but we can as well be like the Muppets, the two Muppets. You know, these two older guys sitting in the behind and complaining about always the same pieces and whatever. And so that's we go then.
Yes.
Karin, when did you actually start composing? Has it always been?
No. I must say, I composed already during my study. The only thing was there were so many more people who were composing better things as I was. So I was a bit I thought at that time yes. So but actually I started when I stopped with the string quartet, and after an interview with Garth Knox. So I made an interview with Garth Knox, and he told me that he started really composing when he stopped with the string quartet. So I thought, I'm stopping now with my string quartet, so maybe I have to start now, otherwise it will be too late. So that's
Well, I'm hoping to do some composing myself too. That's something
that'll
be fun.
And I must say, I'm still learning, because I started composing for my own instruments, and then I took the biggest really piece. Well, I wrote a few more pieces, but that's still not ready for me to publish. So there is one piece now for clarinet and viola, and which I think is good enough to be published. But I had a lot of help from my fellow colleagues. So to learn about other instruments, which is I think is very important.
Yeah.
It's something so we can start on composing for our own instrument, which makes you a composer, but that's not that. So yeah, so I would. I would try first if you want to, if there's something you had, try first on your own instrument and then go over to other instruments by learning the instruments.
There's actually a big surprise waiting for everybody at the
Congress.
Because she composed
I'm
the whole
looking forward to
play
that.
of 50 minutes.
It's still not finished, huh? It makes me very warm when I think about that.
Yeah. It's okay. The inspiration is there. I'm sure it's all in your head.
Yeah, I take a grape now.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
So both of you are very much into education of the viola and music in general. You taught the first violist I collaborated in concerts in 2019, Milan. It's actually, in fact, your student, and so were so many of other violists and conductors I've met. So, and Karin, I've seen your various efforts in promoting viola music, from organizing concerts to publishing and cataloging new works. What have been the challenges? I'm sure it has been rewarding to be the proud musical mothers of so many talented musicians.
Well, it's always, I think, when we start teaching, it's a whole new journey. Finally, that was my dream job. So when I finished my studies in Vienna, I didn't get what I wanted. And it was a bit tough, a very tough time to finish. And then I went to the States to find what I needed more, like the technique and all that, definition. In Vienna, it was like, make this sound, like what's the musical line, but there was no technical fundament. And then I went to the States. It's always about technique and changing both hands and everything. And so I will say I never wanted to put a student into the same position that I have been, like with those challenges. And so you look for solutions, and it's like, it's a beautiful journey. It's very demanding. It's very individual. And of course, if somebody, I mean, we are when with a student like Milan, for example, we are only part of the journey. But say what I'm proud of, that I made him love the C string because I converted him from the violin to the viola. And I think I also got him to open up because he was perhaps shy. And so it was always this wall. And so we had some talks, And I think so that certain achievements that are not always musical for your students, because he went on to study with Atarad, and then he was also in somewhere else in the States. But before he won the position at the Met, but yeah, it's very personal. It's like you're a mother to students that are in need of helping. And so it can be very rewarding, yeah. So it's like, it's a second family, let's say. Yeah. And they are vulnerable young students. They're vulnerable when they come to you. Often they are foreigners. So it's very important that you take care of them,
Yeah.
So
take responsibility, yeah. And of course, as a teacher, you won't be always perfect. So there are all you can make mistakes as well. And but it's good if you talk with your students about maybe, and as well, because we say something sometimes, I think you're ready to play in public, and they weren't ready, and this is very important, and they can be, and it takes a lot of time to get the courage again for them then to play again in public. But when you talk with them and tell, okay, I think I made this mistake. I thought you were ready, but unfortunately, you didn't feel ready, and that's a difference. But when you talk about it later, they won't blame you first, and they know, okay, so this is something which everybody has, and I think. So what is very important as well to be their coach as well.
Well,
Also to guide them through their studies.
But encourage them to surpass themselves as well.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they will always stop at their limit, they think. So it's like the teacher has to push them to try. It's like you push them against the elastic and you'll see whether will they go through it or they will pump back, you know.
Yeah, or a wall maybe.
Yeah,
you know, there's a wall, they think they have a wall. So you have to lower, as a teacher, you have to lower this wall that they can go over, that see over. And that they can go, and they think, oh, look, at I can go more.
Teaching is not only teaching the instruments, but psychology as well.
Especially with the corona.
Oh yeah, corona was a tough call for everybody.
Yeah, for everybody.
Because we had to Benny the foreigners. They were very much left alone. And
we were like shrinks.
Oh my God. Yes, but it's done. Yeah. You don't want to get back into that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think the hardest.
So teaching is a passion for both of us, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
And teaching chamber music as well. So it's like it's a beautiful influence. And the thing with teaching chamber music is that you can tell the pianists what to do.
Yes.
When you're in the group, you can't, you know, and you can, with the violinists, you can then finally make them play as you think they should play. Whereas when you play in your own group, you can't do that.
Yeah, no,
so it's kind of
fun. A bit, but
a bit, but it's not the same. So it's fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think to make the students realize it's actually okay to make mistakes and you learn from it the most. I think that's the important thing to conquer the fear of making mistakes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, accept mistakes as well, huh?
We are not perfect.
No, but that makes the story.
Still nowadays, we have to accept our mistakes.
We do. We even don't take our instruments anymore.
We don't react as strongly now than we did when we were younger.
Yeah. We accept it. You know, we have our career, so we can accept a lot of mistakes. Yeah.
Okay, so what are your takes on viola jokes? For me, I think we could all do with a bit of humor in our lives.
The best viola joke. I just told a viola player a joke about the string quartets, which went on holiday, and after the holiday they met each other, and then they asked the first violinist, so what did you do in the holiday during the holiday? Oh, he said, I gave master classes there, and I went there and had some concerts and some solo recitals and whatever. Oh yes, first violin. Okay, and then they asked the cellist, what did you do? Oh, I read a lot of books. I read Plato, and so he went on like this, you know, very much in spirit. And then they asked the second violin, and what did you do this holiday? I went with my family to the beach. And in the evening, I went back to the hotel. We ate, and then next day we went to the beach. And then they asked the viola player, "What did you do then this holiday?" He said, "I puzzled. I made a whole puzzle." Okay, and they started a bit to laugh, you know, puzzle. And you must know, actually, it was a very, very good one how I did it, because on the package it stood 2 till 4 years. So, and I only used only one holiday with it.
Oh, that's a new one. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the viola. Yes, but the violist, I talked. He had to think very long till he knew what I meant. Okay.
It did. Okay, that's.
I won't tell you who it was.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, mine. I don't know. I'm not a very good joke teller. But mine is like the violist sitting in the bitch of the opera, the grave, you know. What is that? The pit.
The pit. Yeah.
And so the accompany Strauss thing, you know, and and then so finally, you know, and then he has to turn the page. He stops, plays the viola down, and then he starts doing again. And so finally, the neighbor got really sick of it. Or the second violinist said, "This is why we'll turn the page." And so he goes again, turn the page. Thank you. And then he started playing again the violist. So that's it's not a big joke, but I think it's cute, you know. It's like, so it's so nice. So he stops anyway. So it's nothing to do to make him play through. So it's kind of I like the idea. So stupid. You see?
It's the horrible joke I have here.
Okay, I understand. Apart from being a composer and a violist, you also play the French horn. I recently
Me?
also
Exactly.
picked it up.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
Is she?
no,
No.
she plays the French horn. And
You've
yeah,
played the French one as
yeah,
well,
she does
Cherry.
everything. She
yeah,
plays so
I took it up so I can complete my family wind quintet because all my four kids, they
Okay.
play a different woodwind instrument each. So I
Yeah, so
I know.
but you know that I played the French horn myself as well, huh?
Yeah, she
I think
yeah,
we
she do
mentioned
it.
this. Maybe Emily
She's even
mentioned
in
it.
an orchestra. She
Yes, I
plays in
play
the
every Wednesday evening. I practice in
Are
the
you a
orchestra.
first horn then, or what?
No, that depends on.
Ah,
Depends
who
on.
shows up? Okay.
Yeah. I played
Yeah.
the first horn in the
Wow.
Tchaikovsky one, so
Wow.
the big solo in the beginning.
It's a really
I'm proud
difficult
of it.
instrument. I can
Yeah.
understand the
Or
struggle.
do we think? Yes, I know it's very different because you know when you are on the when you have the wrong spot, definitely everybody hears it.
Oh
Yeah.
It's so obvious. I went to a concert last
Yeah,
night. I think it's just the French horn. It's like, okay, I got to do
Yeah.
it because I'm afraid
I
of
know.
making the wrong notes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I know.
I've actually joined the Auckland Wind Orchestra even at, I think I was only 3 or 4 months into my French horn journey, and I can hardly play all of the notes. Well, maybe only half of the notes, but I joined
Yeah.
anyway.
That's right, like
Yeah,
everything
so you
else.
have to start playing the viola, I think.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
actually
yeah,
starting
yeah.
next month.
Okay, very good,
Yeah.
very good.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah,
It's a good one, you know.
yeah. Okay.
It's the best instrument.
Yeah.
So I met you both 3 viola congresses ago in the USA. How much I've come to appreciate this bond formed by the International Viola Society and this annual meeting at the International Viola Congress for the big viola family to just get together. It's just really extraordinary. When did you two actually first meet? And can you tell us about the viola congresses you've personally hosted in the past and a little
Well,
bit about the upcoming one in Paris, the 50th one?
well, I go to viola congresses since 1997. So I'm a really old horse at that. And I have missed only 2 since then. And yeah, my very first one I organized was in 1999. So at least I knew about what it was, and I was then the artistic director. So I really appreciated being in contact with all the artists. I really liked it a lot. And the other role I had, I was responsible for the youth chamber music, so 16 to 19, or was it? There were 2 groups, so a smaller group and then a bigger group. I had the older ones, and we did Dale Sextet, which was really hard, and I had no idea how hard it was. So we had like an audition. They had to send in a tape, and we chose the best ones. And then I hadn't played the parts by then, you know, I was still quite young. So, and so this little breakout of. You know, the first viola part is really hard of the Dale Sextet. Very high. And so this poor student was like desperate, you know, and I had no idea. But anyway, they came to a performance. And then I did another viola congress in 2006. Then I had all the responsibilities, organizing it and being artistic and administrative director, if you want. A lot of work, you know. It's like a journey, you say, once in your lifetime, like that. And so we feast the hosts this year at the 50th because we know what it is. And when we don't tell them every time how hard it is to organize a conference. And at the end of it, we say, welcome to the club, you know, because it costs you some in your life. And it's 3 years. They did it even longer, 3.5. Normally it's between 2 and 3 years of organizing. And the hardest thing is actually rounding it up at the very end, because everybody's so exhausted and you have to do with schools and they don't want to do anything with it, and you still need to finalize the budget, you know, and everything. So it took me 6 months after the Congress to discover that I had no deficit. It's kind of a little tough also on family life, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so I think we all are proud of having done a Congress, right? I think that we can say that it's a big journey in a lifetime, but it's worth it for sure.
Yeah.
And so we sympathize a lot with those that are organizing the Congress. We're always very happy if they have caught up to it, if they mordre is like if they're
grabbing it.
grab or bite into the ball, into the sour apple.
It's like we are fishing every time we are fishing,
Yeah.
and sometimes mostly we don't catch anything, but sometimes we catch something and then we get hold to it,
But it's like it's important that I think that the International Viola Society, we all know, and most of the board members have organized the Congress. And I think this is very important because we can sympathize and we know the problems that show up, and we can kind of calm down like the fires that are building up, right?
Yeah.
Because we have really lived through it, like with hard and sour.
Yeah.
So it's hard, but it's fun. It's hard, but it's you can make your dreams come true, but you have all the work that comes with it too. So
yeah. I came to the International Viola Society. The first Congress was in 2012 in Krakow, and I missed only one after that. And actually, right away we were just the Dutch Viola Society. We just founded the Dutch Viola Society, and we were sitting there and listening to all the congresses were coming. And then I said to my colleague who was with me, we said, okay, shall we once, do you think, can we organize one of the congresses as well? And then we said, okay, let's put it on 6 years, 2018. And we kept our promise, I must say, till 2018. I was not a host, but I was organizing as well. I knew a lot of people in Rotterdam because I was teaching there as well. So, and I was playing always in the Doelen, which is the concert hall. So I knew a lot, and that's very important as well, that where you organize it, I think you should come from there. So never organize it in your country in a place where you don't know anything. When you need your contacts really a lot, yeah. And I think we met from 2012, but you didn't know who I was. In Krakow, no. I was in Krakow. I know you played solo, and it was so beautiful. One of the last days, I think, even. And I thought, all these featured artists they have, but Jutta, she was my example. She played so beautiful. Yeah,
thank you very much.
That
was really, the Bucks, and I think it was Elegies and Legends.
I think, but it was really Bucks, wonderful. I loved it. Yeah,
thank you.
I also remember your performance last year. I was super impressed. That was actually the first time I heard you play, and with an orchestra as well. It was so beautiful. Such a nice piece.
Really, she's a really soloist. Yeah, I'm more the one who was going dare to go on my own on stage and do some rubbish.
Yeah, whole stuff, and it was fantastic. So. But she's more theatrical than I am.
I'm more the clown.
No, she's very good. But she has she has another artsy. I think you need to exteriorize her. Like
I think it's
when she goes on scene, she does her own costumes and all that. It's like, and she writes her own music and she plays it up, and it's fantastic. It's like I think it's all around.
I think
it's more than just playing well. I tell you that.
Yes, we're good friends. Yes, But I think it's a different discipline when you go on stage to be soloist of an orchestra, or if you go on stage and you are a chamber music player, or you go on stage and do a performance on your own, or so everything has his artist for it, I think. Yes, definitely. Yeah.
So. Yeah. About the congresses, I'm hoping now that I'm at the helm of the NZVS that after 3 years or a little bit more, we'll be ready to host another. In our region.
Take your time,
Take your time.
Yeah, I know.
If it's 6, it's 6.
Build your contacts first, because I think you need to build up. But I mean, it's so far away that you need to build up your public as well.
And you have to inform your family.
Oh.
because they won't like it. Definitely. Yeah, my husband, he was very involved, by last days finishing the program leaflet and sitting behind the computer from
my
morning
family.
till evening for 4 days to get the program leaflet ready.
Yeah.
And it's a really sometimes it's really working around the clock. Really around the clock. Yeah, it's 24 hours working the last days, if not everything.
Tell her that she didn't do it yet.
Yeah, okay. But tell your family. Yeah?
Don't scare me off.
Yeah, the bestest thing is when you have a family like Christopher. He was our host of our congress in Rotterdam. His both daughters and his wife play all the viola.
So they all helped. Yeah.
So they were talking at the table about the congress, and they were talking about it, but it doesn't matter because they all were involved, so from the young age till the old age. So it was, I know, for I think for other people who you have a husband who doesn't know anything about the viola, it's more harder, I think. But
yeah, I'm hoping to get my kids all involved as well. I mean,
how old
them
are
on
they?
the string instruments, but I think they prefer pushing buttons, so they all became. I wanted a string quartet, that didn't work out. I've got a wind quartet. That's
good. They will help you. My kids helped out too.
Yeah, it doesn't
all
matter.
kinds of different things. Even my parents-in-law helped out at the very during the congress with hosting, like the buffet and stuff like that. It's like so they had drivers. It's like the whole family had to pitch in. To get the people at the airport, bring them back somewhere. It's like the whole everybody was involved.
But still, it was a really wonderful time, I think. The congress itself. I didn't hear anything of it, but I love to talk with all the people. No, because there is you don't hear much on your own congress. You don't hear much, but you have to be there. You have to be you have to be the face. You have to listen to all the people. You have to listen to the people who are hiring a table. And if there's something is wrong, you have to deal with it, and you have to deal with. Unfortunately, in viola world, there are as well some soloists who really think they're soloists, and so they only come for one day to the congress to do their performance and go. And I think they miss so much of the congress where it's about. So this is what I would say to all.
I think people. I mean, we had always we would take those that need that solo attention. We just don't invite them. It's against our viola thing,
Spirits.
We are all friends, and we want. It's like we don't. There's no space for solo behavior. It's not interesting.
It
and we
still
are a big
happens.
family. It's still, unfortunately. I mean, but and that's why we all give. That's another thing. It's like it's all voluntary. The work is voluntary. The players play voluntary. And we give to the viola family, and we share our love for the viola, whatever, if it's baroque or whether it's classical or post-romantic or contemporary, it doesn't matter. We share our knowledge, and there's so little. I mean, it's with the technology, it's much easier. But let's say it's a way of getting to know. There are not much CDs out. I mean, it's like so much expensive everything, but it's like it's really the only way of getting the information. I think all there is in 5 days. For free. And I mean, you have to pay the.
And even when somebody comes with a Brahms sonatas, there is something new he tells about. He makes a new. He finds more about arranging the thing for you from the clarinet to the viola, and he tells something new where you think
if it's a lecture,
it's really interesting. It's really interesting what you do. And what you tell us about fingering, about bowings, or about Brahms leaving out kind of lines in the Brahms where you can think maybe I can add it. It's so interesting, how people are working with material what's already there. What we thought there was nothing to be done anymore, and then they come with something new. So you think. It's even, with ice skating that they always think that the ice skate it's only one big of metal, and then they found out that you can make it even go with a spiral, and that you can skate quicker with it. That's incredible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know this is Dutch, of course.
Of course,
you
I
know,
know. I was
because-
reading about skating. Yeah.
yeah. No, but it's interesting, and our aim is now to bring as much youth to the congresses as possible in order to share.
Yeah.
We are like the older people, and we have had the chance to experience, and it's more expensive these days. But we have to make the students and the new generation discover that it's worth it, the expense, you know.
And hopefully there will be some rich people who are here listening to your podcast and think, oh, maybe we should help this young violists to go to such a congress and wants to spend some money on the International Viola Society. Because in international we have a foundation for students. Unfortunately, we are not so rich, and we can now pay maybe two or three.
We had three scholarships
this year. And we hope, of course, when there are
students in need that put in a very interesting proposals that got very good scores in this proposal system, that they will get a funding, part of funding. Of course, we can't pay it all, but part of funding to go to a congress. I think that's new. So
yeah, we hope that people who when you're listening and you have some money and you don't know where to spend it on, please spend it on the International Viola Society.
Right. So we can support more young people.
We never take it for our own benefit. It's all for the young students what we'd like to spend our money on. And of course on the next Congress. But the youth. The
future is the youth.
Always.
Yeah.
Always stay like that. Yeah.
It will, yes, because we can't do it all the time. And also, I think it's important to feature the youth because they have new ideas and we can't think like them. So it's their future. So it's important that they get involved so that they can make their society their own society, I think. First of their own country and then bring that knowledge and then we join again in the international society.
Yeah, we must always pass the torch on, right?
I think it's very, very important. It's like, and you need to renew, I think, and you change. It does change. Something can't develop without change. So the change it's omnipresent. So when we became president and vice president, we changed a lot in order to try to make it more modern. And I mean, by asking around, but perhaps it's time for a new change. We have
maybe now this being modern. We think maybe it's still old-fashioned for a lot of young people.
That's why we created Juventus, a new kind of sub-society for the youth up to 35, and we have organized. Now we had some brain shooting and with a business plan you have to think, as there's less and less money, we need to think more business. But it's like, so we have a violist and amateur violist. She does that. You can consult her to improve your business. So we did that. And so that's the future. That's in the coming years. So we will see. But it's like it has to evolve, and we're working really hard on making all the sub-societies of the countries also to very healthy societies, again, in going after the youth so that they can bring new vision to their society so that it becomes interesting to them, because many societies are old and so the youth don't identify with them anymore. And so they don't want to be part of it. So it's sad, because we had at some point a very international society, and we have countries where it is less active, much less active than before. So our future, also our new efforts for the future, are to rebuild older, more dusty societies, to make them into something very new and vibrant.
And that they see the need of it, of their own identity of their country.
I think every country has an identity, because it was the talk about European society. No, every country has its own identity.
Yes.
And I think it's important. We are different. Even if we're a very small country, Netherlands is very small. You have Belgium, it's totally not the same.
Yeah.
I'm Austria, it's totally not the same than Germany. It's not the same as the Swiss. And, it's like we all stick together. We can go to the next country in 1.5 hours. Or
I feel very the same.
Very small hours. It's like not the distance like in the States or somewhere else, but it's like we have our identity. I mean, you know it yourself. The New Zealand and Australia, they have two identities. You know, you decided to be one society. But when it's more active in New Zealand, then the Australians don't feel talked to. And so, you know, it's important to build, I think, in Australia also.
And can be in 5 years, can be the other way around. But Australia is more active as the New Zealand.
Well, it depends who you find,
yeah.
you know. But I think, like, even in Austria, we're a very small country with only 8 million people. It's like this, the talk we're about building now, finally, again, another Viola society, because it had died out. And they go by regions. You know, we have nine provinces, and so perhaps there will be 5 representatives of the provinces, 5, 6, depends how many we find. You know, so it's because, again, the province has its own identity too. And if you want to make it a society for the whole country, it needs all the parts of the country feel talked to, you know, involved, I think. And then you need a representative, and then they need to spread out. It's like it's nets, you know. We took a net, and so that's the small, and then it goes to the country, and then it goes to the bigger, and then it goes to the continents, and then it goes to IDS.
Yeah. Do you still know what the question was?
No.
I do have an extra question. It's this related. I'm really grateful to Donald Maurice, who brought me to the Viola family like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And he also plays the viola d'amore, and I got interested in the music too. So in Paris, I'm going to actually perform with a French viola d'amore player friend. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah. So do we have any connection with the International Viola d'Amore Society?
Unfortunately not, but we could do more. For example, there's Ludwig Hampe. He's a German viola d'amore player. He gives
he was
a viola player
in Frankfurt Opera.
Yeah, but he is really into the viola d'amore, and he teaches everywhere in the world now the viola d'amore. I talked with him. So that was very interesting. I did an interview with him. He's very nice to interview if you want to know more about viola d'amore as well. So, and there are a lot of more viola players. I made me a viola d'amore, who is a very good viola player, a viola d'amore player as well as Garth Knox, who composes a lot for the violin, for the viola, but as well for the viola d'amore.
But you know, there was at the very beginning of the International Viola Society, or the Deutsche, what was it? Deutsche Forschungsgesellschaft was the very original thing. And then there was the American Society. So they've had Myron Rosenblum. And at the beginnings of IVS, or the Viola d'Amore was part of the congresses.
Yes.
So it's only, I think, then perhaps with Germany going a bit down and with more amateurish, I don't know. So the Viola d'Amore players were more dynamic, I would say. And so they started to create their own society. But that was much past. It was quite past after our society. So the beginning, when I went to congresses, there was always Viola d'Amore in it, you know?
Yeah.
It's like this was a big part. It's like Viola d'Amore was part of it. The amateur players were part of it.
I know. I hope there will be some viola d'amore playing in. So you already play in the next congress.
Yeah, so it's
viola d'amore.
It's
I composed a bit for the viola d'amore, but I have to look.
You can put your music.
Very nice to
bring it with you.
Somebody.
Yeah. No, but I think yes. I mean, if you get the chance to do it, you know, it's like when you're a student. If you get a chance to play, normally the schools do have a viola d'amore. We had 2 viola d'amores, and I don't know, the 2 of my students at some point they learned it. I think it was a contemporary piece they needed, and as well as really old pieces, Baroque and stuff. But yes, and once you get the chance, you just do it. You will always find interested people. I think
it's a bit expensive to buy an instrument.
Yeah, but if you get the chance,
that's definitely
where it starts. I think that you get an instrument, and then you can try it out, and then somebody, the Baroque teacher, can tell you how it works a little bit. You know.
Yeah, it's mostly that you have to find out yourself, but
But I mean, there is a possibility. Then it's they're lucky if they can, because then there's always some demand, you know, as I say, contemporary music or for the Baroque ensembles, and then it's another way of earning your life.
But there are
Actually.
a
It's
lot of
very
people,
helpful.
a lot of composers. Arnold Bax, he wrote for the Viola d'Amore.
but
Charles Leflair, he composed for the
it
Viola
was
d'Amore.
much more.
And Garth Knox, of course, now,
Yeah.
he composes a lot for the instrument. So yes.
Okay, so maybe it's time to reestablish our connection with the Viola d'Amore's world too.
Why not?
even
I
with
mean,
the
it's just a little bit, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, a
So
composer in New Zealand wrote for me a few years ago a trio. It was actually for Viola d'Amore and piano and poets. And it was actually setting my own poets that I wrote for Donald for Viola d'Amore. To music, and I'm going to bring that to Paris. Oh, well, not Paris, actually outside of Paris. That's in France.
Yeah.
After the Congress, I think it would be really great.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good.
Yeah.
New Zealand music.
Yes, but it's, you know, it doesn't matter where people live. Actually, I like the Frenchy.
Oh yeah. That's
yes,
why I chose to collaborate with you. I think it's just your kind of music. And you'll do so
more beautiful. I think it will be more beautiful than the recording, actually. With you. Very interesting with piano, I think. I'm looking forward to it,
Yeah, it's being typeset right now.
I know.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jutta and Karin. And I'm looking forward to meeting you both in person again.
Yeah, the same here. Thank you very much for your time.
In January in 2026.
Very early for us, it's late. That's perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. And I really, really believe in the power of viola. We're all trying to make the world better with the power of viola. So
yes, because we are nice people. We are friendly, peaceful.
Yes.
There's no fights. Yeah. We are the diplomats of the music business, right?
Yes. Thanks
again. Thank you. Bye.